What is up, guys? I'm super tired. I had a long day yesterday. Me and Nico were like, hey, let's go to Mardi Gras. So we went to Mardi Gras, came back same day. We just came and went. We live 3 hours away, like you guys know. But I'm not going to miss out on doing this March Madness. I kind of slept in, so it's going to be uploaded a little bit later, so I apologize. But roll that intro.
Wish that you could build a time machine so you could see things no one can see. Feels like you're standing on the edge, looking at the stars and wishing you were them.
So, before I get started, I just want to say I miscalculated. I'm still going to label this one as my Sweet 16, but it's actually the round of 32. But I'll just say Sweet 16 for each side of the bracket, because there's 16 teams left on each side. There's 32 teams total, and the next one's going to be the Elite Eight, and then the Final Four. And you get what I mean. But this one, 4 matchups. Let's hop right into the first one today. Both of these properties were at HHN 25. I talked about one last week. I'll talk about that one first. The one I'm going to talk about is American Werewolf in London. American Werewolf in London was really cool to go through. I enjoyed it a lot. It's not the best house I've been through, but it has a lot of cool puppetry. And it was a soundstage house to add on to that. You know, soundstage houses really give you that effect of all climate, because they can really adjust the temperatures in there. They can make it feel a lot scarier and a lot more in tone to what it can be. And I feel like this house was nice to go through. I enjoyed it. I like going through the slaughtered lamb. I like seeing the star on the wall. I like seeing the transformation scene. I like going through the underground railways. I'm not sure. I've never been to the UK. I've never been to London. I'd like to go over there someday. But it was cool to see. I enjoyed it a lot. I know a lot of people enjoyed this house. But the opponent for this house today was also at 25, like I stated earlier. It was a sprung tent house. It was Insidious. This house, to me, was possibly, at the time, one of the scariest houses I've ever been through. It had a lot of the scares you wanted there. It was just top-notch. It took you through most of the movies. Basically, it took you, at the time, it was only Insidious 1, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and then Insidious Chapter 3. And it took you through all 3 of those movies in a very nice manner. It stuck to the movie. It was really cool to see. Now, this had a lot to live up to because it was in the same exact location that Halloween was in, and I gotta say that it really did. The past few years, the sprung tent houses have really knocked it out of the park. And it's just gonna keep being like that. It's just gonna keep getting better every year. And I just liked all the different creatures in Insidious. The lipstick face demon, the Black Bride, the key no, that's from, my bad, it's from Blumhouse, but he is in Insidious. The keyhole demon, the man who can't breathe. All the different characters really just give that house life, and it's a nice property to see. But now, if I had to pick between American Werewolf in London and Insidious, I'm possibly gonna have to go with Insidious. I know I've said American Werewolf is cool and it has a lot of nice scares and all this, but I just feel like Insidious had a cool factor with the music score. The music score was amazing. But Insidious has to take this one. I guess American Werewolf learned what the star on the wall was for. Now, the next matchup, we have the battle of the TV shows, as we'd like to say. It was, to me, this is the easiest choice on this lineup. It was either a house from 25 or a house from 26. Now, if you remember HHN 25 and HHN 26, you possibly know what 2 TV shows I'm talking about. Now, in the past 6 years, more or less, we've had 3 big TV show properties at the event. These are 2 of them. The first one is from HHN 25, and it was The Walking Dead, The Living and the Dead. This house was a house in the Parade building. I didn't enjoy this house as much as I thought I would. When this house got announced, they said, okay, they flood the bank in the show. I think it's season 5. And there's walkers that are halfway in their body with water. So I'm like, all right, cool. Going through the house, I look to my right, I see a hot tub with a zombie chilling. So I'm like, oh, cool, zombie pool party. No, that's supposed to be the scene with the zombies. And this just completely killed the house for me. I'm just like, Plus, at this point, we already had The Walking Dead 3 years in a row, from 22 all the way to 24, now 25, and I'm like, I don't like you. I'm getting really tired of you. Everyone's getting tired of you. It's like that annoying uncle at a party that doesn't leave. It's exactly what it is. No offense. I wouldn't mind if it came back someday. Now, after we've been on a brief absence with it, I enjoyed it, but I don't know. The opponent, on the other hand, I do nothing but talk good about this house. It is from HHN 26. It is American Horror Story. This house had everything I wanted. It had two of my favorite seasons, basically, from American Horror Story. It had Murder House, Freak Show, and then it had Hotel. Now, what really was the cover athlete, per se, for this house was Twisty. He was basically on all the merchandise. He was everywhere. This house was so much fun to go through. I enjoyed it so much. You began your journey through Murder House. You know, the Murder House, okay? And then you went into the Freak Show. And the first thing, it's just amazing, okay? It was so nice to see. Then you go to the hotel. You got Gaga doing her thing. And the scares in this house were so good. It was so true to the show. Now, for example, if you want a perfect comparison to this, that same year we had a Walking Dead house, and it had all the seasons. I love seeing that. It had a culmination of everything. Now with American Horror Story, we had a culmination of these three seasons, and it made it really strong and really well. I ended up loving this property and loving this house so much that I just give it all the praise that I can. And the following year we had it, I enjoyed it as well. American Horror Story to me would win this between this and The Walking Dead from 25. I enjoyed it just that much. Now, two properties from my two favorite years, possibly, that I've been... No, it's from my two favorite years. But it is the first house from HHN 25. It is...
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing The Purge at Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights.
The Purge, or how I called it the entire event, The Scourge. Now, I was really excited for this, speculation-wise, because this was supposed to be Scream, as a lot of people know, which is why I called it Scourge. Going through the house. Here's a brief story. I told you guys I was going to tell you about why I tell Nico the popcorn. This house is the reason why. We're walking through, right? Opening weekend. We're excited. We're amped. Like, all right, it's the Purge. Let's have fun. We go through. We make a freaking right. Oh, no, my bad. Yeah, I'm right into the house. Now I make a left. It's the Purge, right? Keep that in mind. I look down at the oven top, the stove top. There's popcorn. Now, if you know the first Scream movie, you know, Drew Barrymore is making the popcorn there while she's on the phone with Ghostface. And I'm like, yo, Nico, the popcorn, Nico the popcorn, Nico the popcorn, the whole time. And then throughout the house, I saw all these Easter eggs, not Easter eggs, but like basically all these scenes that were basically Scream 1 through 4. I'm not just saying, not just Scream 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. All 4 of them were represented in this house. And I was like, wow, that would have been a great Scream house. But it all got turned into The Purge. And I have to say, The Purge was a great overlay, because it kind of gave you that effect that it can kind of just walk in there. It's the first time we ever got to see The Purge in a house. And I enjoyed that a lot. It was cool to see. I really liked this house. And I hope you guys see why. But let's talk about the opponent to Scourge from HHN 28. My sleeper for the event. Seeds of Extinction. Seeds of Extinction was, may I say, magnifique. It was a parade house building. Parade building house. You know what I mean? It was in a new location though, a new parade building. This house was in the Desert Valley Mall. Like, not the whole house, but you're in Arizona. But you walk in and you have this weird feeling. Like, there's nothing right when you walk in. You're just like, okay, it looks ominous. There's a lot of grass here. What's up with all this moss? That's a nice piece of moss right there. Then you turn and it's like, you're looking at something and you're not sure if it's looking back at you or not. So you're just like, all right, whatever. So you clear your mind. You're like, all right, there's nothing there. Boom, scare. Scare, scare, scare. These seedlings were everywhere. And I have to say, they did a great job. Everyone was looking towards this house with a, I don't know, it doesn't look that great. I don't think it'll do that good this year. By the end of the event, everyone's saying this should have been House of the Year. It was basically, should have been one of the houses that was up for House of the Year. To me, it was one of my favorite houses, and it was just such a good thing to do. Also, as you see, I kind of like lost my glasses. Not really, I just can't find them right now, but Seeds did it to me again. I went to do a video about Seeds, and there go my glasses again. And with that, I'm going to have to give this one to Seeds, because I enjoyed Purge, but it wasn't Scream. That's all I gotta say. It wasn't Scream. So Seeds, take it. Alright, and now we're here with the fourth and final matchup of this here video. It is going to be Dead Exposure Patient Zero from HHN 28, the first contendant. This house, like I've said before, was in a sprung tent, and it was dark, loud, had a lot of zombies, and I gotta say, it was nice to go through, okay? I was genuinely scared sometimes going through this house because I didn't know what was in front of me. Similar to how I was in Seeds, where I didn't know what was looking at me or not. I didn't know what was there or not. For 1 second, there will be a completely black wall, and the next second, there's someone right there, and I'm like, wow, that's really elaborate, that's done really well. Of course, you're going through Paris, you're seeing all this stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is really good, okay? It was really cool to see, but last year there were so many good houses that I didn't know where to put this in my top 10. It was cool to see. Don't get me wrong. I was scared. So was almost everyone. And let's not talk about the one time I went through with my mom, and my mom decided to, like, she was in the front of the pack, so she decided to just go to the back. Scared everyone that was in our group, just walking right by us. I'm like, hey! Thought it was a scare actor. I'm like, don't touch me. Anyways, it was a really good house to go through. The opponent for today, I don't think I've talked about this house once on my channel. Like, at all. It is from HHN 26. It is Ghost Town, The Curse of Lightning Gulch. The first thing that pops into my mind when I think of this house is, where's my gold? Right? Is that just me? I'm not the only one that thinks of that when this house pops into their mind. Okay, but you're going into the old west, into an old mining town, and they go in there to look for gold, man. They're digging, and they don't find gold. No, they find a curse that basically plagues the town, and everyone's dying. And I gotta say, this house had some massive sets. Like, I remember I'm turning the corner and I just see this giant room with like a saloon, a carriage, everything. I'm like, wow, that's beautiful, and possibly one of the things that helped 26 out for me. I didn't enjoy 26, like I've said, but this house was a really nice house. These original properties have really structured the event together and helped out. But if you told me to choose between Dead Exposure Patient Zero and Lightning Gulch, man, those zombies though, Dead Exposure's taking this one, man. It was terrifying to me. It was terrifying to a lot of people. So we'll just go dark. And that is all for this March Madness video. If you haven't seen my other March Madness videos, what are you doing? Go check them out. I'll put a little eye thing right there, linking the playlist. If not, you can just go ahead and, you see, look down there. You're looking, there's a red subscribe button. If you haven't clicked that yet, click it. there's a little bell icon there. You can click that too if you like, and receive notifications whenever we upload a new video here at Lost TV. Also, if you enjoyed this March Madness video in particular, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have any opinions of your own on these properties, comment below. For now, I was told to say this yesterday, ride or die. And stay excellent, my dudes.